Time to drop the really big bomb. Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That's the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day. Donald Trump is in the Epstein files? Does he have access to the Epstein files?
I don't know how he would, but I'm just staying out of the Trump-Elon thing. That's way outside.
What? It's sitting on my desk right now to review. That's been a directive by President Trump. I'm reviewing that.
Time to drop the really big bomb. At real Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public. Investigators found the video showed no one entering the area in the overnight hours before Epstein was found unresponsive. No incriminating client list of Epstein's, no credible evidence that Epstein blackmailed prominent individuals.
Court documents contain the names of more than 150 associates with varying ties to Epstein.
You know, people were named in depositions. For example, you know, Virginia Robert D. Alleged that she was forced to have sex with a number of high-profile men.
Epstein's contact list is making headlines again. Attorney General of the United States, Pam Bondi's Justice Department, released over 100 pages from his address book.
Today, conservative commentators responded at the White House carrying binders labeled Epstein files. Pam Bondi accused the FBI of withholding thousands of Jeffrey Epstein documents. She promised to release the files, raising questions about what's being kept hidden.
All right, to begin this and say that I'm disappointed would be an understatement. This is not going to be politically biased whatsoever. Anyone who's viewed my channel before, you guys will already know my political stance. But I will have to say that politically speaking, that this is probably the worst thing that's happened so far to the administration, not including the fact that the Texas flood killing over 80 people now and counting. But I don't want to go into politics too much. I kind of want to stick to the main point of the video when it comes to the Epstein situation, the whole Epstein files. Allegedly now not having any type of evidence that there were files. Apparently he did commit suicide. Apparently Kash Patel and Pam Bondi were just doing an entire rug pull on us the entire time when they said that there are files, that there are thousands of files, that there are hundreds of files, hundreds of names. There's multiple evidence concluding to the fact that there is files and that we're going to get these people and this and that. It's something that is It wouldn't affect me as much, granted, because I'm not used to really giving a fuck about people in general. Everyone's going to do. I know it's probably a terrible statement to say, but at the end of the day, people are going to be people and I can't control people. It's just the life that I live being an orphan in Brazil and all the struggles that I had to come up with. I have a very low tolerance when it comes to people and emotions. But yeah, I will say I became more empathetic ever since I became a father. So I hate that this affects me as much as it does, because if I were younger and dumber, it wouldn't affect me to the point that it has now. But being a father, being older, being more empathetic, understanding people's feelings a little bit more, especially when it comes to my business and just adulthood in general, almost being 30, it's aggravating to the point now where I actually have to compile a bunch of videos showcasing that the fact that there are actual lists, that there actually is evidence showing, at least that was told to us from the media, from the White House, from Fox, ABC, CNN, MSNBC, multiple different sources, Joe Rogan, that there are files, that we're going to get files and everything else like that. And then now we're just getting spit on the face, the people as a whole, left and right. And I think that's another reason why I try to avoid political allegiance, political ties, voting Democrat, voting Republican. It doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, they're just going to spit in our faces, because at the end of the day, they don't really give a fuck about the people. To think that they do is retarded. With what's happening right now with the Epsteins, no files, and showing us that they don't care about you. They don't care about children. They don't care about your thoughts and feelings. They think that you're dumb enough to believe whatever they're going to spit out. And they think that anything that they say is just going to get regurgitated back. And they think that you're so dumb that you have zero IQ to the point where you can't think for yourself. You can't put on the thinking cap and realize that like something is fucking going on here. It smells fishy. It smells fishier than the China market in fucking Chinatown in New York, dude. It's terrible. It's aggravating to the point, being a father, being more empathetic. I'm not going to lie. It's something that I don't know how this administration comes back from. There's been a multitude of different reasons why I don't think this administration is doing what it's supposed to be doing, especially when it comes to day one. You have to get the files day one. We're getting the files day one. It's all in evidence. And I was upset the same thing 4 years ago when it came to the COVID vaccination. The COVID vaccine, you take it, you won't get, oh, but now you got to take this, now you got to take that. Now, oh, yeah, you want to see your family member? You can't. You're going to have to do a virtual fucking funeral. You're going to have to visit your family virtually. Oh, your father died in the hospital. Sucks. You got to virtually see them. People were hugging with masks. People were hugging with gloves and masks. People were hugging with gloves, masks, and a shield. At the end of the day, like, I don't really understand what the fuck is going on. Is there a secret organization that's controlling everything, or is there two political allegiances, two people at the top that are controlling everything, and they're trying to control their own aspect, but they can't. So sometimes there's some type of overlap. Sometimes you can get the files. Sometimes there are no files. COVID is real. COVID is fake. At the end of the day, it seems like the media is doing nothing but trying to cherry pick something to make us sway to hate each other even more than we already do, to the point where you can't even have a conversation with your neighbor because that way it's easier for them to control. I don't understand how they are going to try to get away with this when everyone knows for a fact, not even a conspiracy theory, that he did not kill himself, that there are files, because you cannot sway one opposition to another by saying that there are files and not that there's not files. At the end of the it's almost like mind-boggling, and like I guarantee you the video when this comes out, because there's not going to be edits. I did the first edit and I showed you guys all the files. I did administrate, and there's more. There's more than this. There's more than what the fuck I just posted. I got 1:10 of the intro, and there's more. You can use Grok. You can use ChatGPT, whatever AI that you want. Files. Go in, type in on any AI service, even that's not on Google. Don't use Google anymore because that's all fucking bought and paid for. Whatever you're seeing on the first page of Google is not at all going to be anything remotely close to actual evidence. But if you use any type of AI algorithm and type in, give me any type of information that includes Jeffrey Epstein's files, you'll see hundreds of videos, hundreds of articles talking about that the files exist and that they're talking about that the files are real, and now all of a sudden it's fucking fake. I don't think they like, what are they trying to do besides fucking put their fists in our ass and control us like puppets? I can't comprehend. This is honestly, I don't want to make this video any longer than it is, because like at the end of the day, I'm freaking the fuck out. And like I like being a father, owning a business, and then as soon as I come home, I'm fucking brain dead and I get to play some video games and upload it to my gaming channel, because shit like this bothers the hell out of me. This is another reason why I'm so pessimistic. This is another reason why empathy is so low, especially in my household, because I got to tell everyone that people are going to do people. People are going to be who they want to be. At the end of the day, it's nothing but self-preservation. Here's my thoughts when it comes to the Epstein files and exactly what's going on with this. It's basically mutual assured destruction. Just like how we have nukes, China has nukes, Russia has nukes. If you don't think any other country has nukes, you're fucking retarded. At the end of the day, everyone has mutual declared destruction upon each other. And the only reason that we're not going to find anything, and the reason why it's being quieted down now, and they don't have to do anything about this, by the way. Don't think that this is not going to go away. It will. Something new will happen to where we are going to forget about it, because back in the day when we had to fucking get newspapers from fucking horses and they had to travel from town to town, you were able to get the news, digest it, have an opinion, and then go on about your day. Now it's news. You don't know what's fucking real. You don't know what's fake. And at the end of the day, something big like this is going to stay relevant for 2 to 3 days, and then it's gone. It's going to be fucking gone until you fucking realize that they're against us. But back to the Epstein list, this mutual guaranteed destruction upon everybody, because left or right, none of them are for you. If you're a Democrat, stop it. If you're a Republican, stop it. There's no Republican Democrat. It's us versus them. And if you don't believe that, you're retarded. If the end of the day, it's the files contain the left, the files contain the right, the files contain billionaires, millionaires, philanthropists, all these organizations, any type of hedge fund, firms, they control everything. And I guarantee you that this is what's happening. It's mutual declared destruction. And if one name gets released, somebody will release another portion of the list that goes against them as well. If the left attacks the right will attack the left. So therefore, we're not going to get any type of evidence, because at the end of the day, once one ship goes down, the next one is going to go down. And that is not a conspiracy theory. At the end of the day, I may seem angry. I may seem agitated. It may seem like I'm not all in the right sense of mind. I guarantee, without a shadow of doubt, dude, sound body and mind, I am completely fine. At the end of the day, I'm just a concerned parent when it comes to all the fucking bullshit that's been happening, when it comes to the illegal fucking sex trafficking, when it comes to the Biden administration, and now during this administration under Trump, we can't even get any type of glimpse of files. Whatever happens is going to happen, and at the end of the day, until people realize that they're against you, until people realize that you can all rise up against this, I don't believe that this country could ever get past something like this. There's been multiple reasons why Washington declared that you cannot have a two-party system, because it will become corrupt. At the end of the day, it is corruption. And I'm not stupid. I'm not from this country. I read multiple different books. I know what I'm talking about. At the end of the day, there's corruption in every single country. When it comes to firms, when it comes to unions, when it comes to presidencies, when it comes to the military, there's going to be some type of form of corruption, because it's going to hold one person powerful. If it's Brazil, it's going to be China, it's going to be Russia, it's going to be anything. It's going to be Israel, it's going to be Palestine, it's going to be America. At the end of the day, if you don't believe that there's a list, you're dumb, and please don't comment on this video. There's a list. It wasn't suicide. There's multiple different evidences that you can go on. Do your own research. But I just had to make this video because I'm sweating right now, and I don't understand. I'm gonna go play some games and record some games to decompress. I will have more video games later on. This is bullshit.